Well, next I want to talk more about the inserts and setting up inserts here in our mixes. As you can see, I have an insert here and here, and I can add more inserts here. For example, I'm going to come down to here. I may want to slip in a gate somewhere or some sort of limiter as well. I can look here through my dynamics and select something I want to use. Or I can use a pitch device. We can select our plugins here, as you can see. Now, see, some of these are all mono. I can have some plugins that are mono and, of course, stereo into a simple mono track. So be aware you can do that also as well. So you see there are mono, and then there are stereo plugins. So flange, I can do other stuff here. And check your plugins out as you do review them. We're going to go over a few of them right now. But first, what I want to do is explain more about how we can use our inserts. Now here I got that first plugin there. I can make this other one here, which is actually an EQ, and turn it into something else. I want to make it a real tight, or I might just want to make it a limiter. It's a limit so I don't have too much going on. So I might make a hard limiter for it and put a limit so I can limit what's going on with that. And you can see I can move these plugins down anywhere I would like to move them to, of course. I can change the order of them here and then see how they sound. I can, let's say, press solo here. Put the EQ here, maybe. You hear the difference. Put the EQ up here. So we can actually move the plugins around. Now, you'll notice before I have this stereo track right here, I can also create these multiple channel plugins. And a multiple channel plugin means like it reacts to the left and the right, of course, obviously. We have a multiple channel plugin and a multi-mono. So multi-channel actually works for stereo. So I go here and so I select multi-channel and everything is going to be stereo. See, everything is already stereo now. These are all stereo plugins it's showing us. Because Pro Tools knows that we're on a stereo track. This is a stereo auxiliary track. So no matter what I pick here, if I select multi-channel plugin, I'm going to get the stereo plugins for that track. Now I can go to multi-mono. This is a multi-mono plugin. See that? I'll go here and it says mono, but it's actually stereo. It's two different sides. So I can go ahead and say, for example, and I want to use dynamics. I may want to go my maximum here. See this here? And here I have this multi-channel stereo effect on this channel. Now, what I can do is I can unlink them and it becomes this mono. I can have one side be one thing, and then I can mix like the right side, and that'll be something else. It can be right down to here. See that? Oops, let's get back to here. See what happens right there? So I can do this right here and go right back to left. It's one setting, and the right's another. Now this is kind of cool. Let's say, for example, we got two different mics in the room, and we could be micing the piano or a guitar player. And we can have one mic that's up on the amp for a guitar player, especially doing rock music, and one amp that's in the room itself that's further away from the wall. So we get these two mics. One may be more bassy on the piano, let's say. We can have a mic that's on one side of the piano, one on the other side. So we want to have two different EQ settings for this particular track or for the auxiliary output. So you can have them linked together, where it'll just be one thing. So you're about to relink. See, you press OK, and it tells you what side you want to use. I want to use that side there. So I go back to here, unlink it, and you'll see, bam, they're linked to the same setting. And that's how that works when we're using a multi-channel plugin or a multi-mono plugin. So the sound comes through here, and it comes to our insert, and it goes right there from there to the fader. So these are all pre-fader. That means these signal paths happen prior to the signal reaching the fader in our signal path setup. It's important to note that, particularly with our mono and our stereo tracks.